In Steve Harvey's style, no mention of title and speech, ladies. Let me tell you something. Men are funny creatures. We'll take you for granted until the day we look up and realize you ain't where we left you. Now don't clap too fast, because here's the truth. Getting a man to realize your value ain't about begging, crying, or chasing. No, ma'am, it's about flipping the script. See, the first thing you gotta understand is this. Your self-worth is the secret weapon. When you stop running behind him, when you stop calling, texting, explaining, and trying to fix everything, that man gon' notice something. He gon' feel that silence. And when a man feels silence, oh trust me, his mind starts working overtime. He starts wondering, dang, she really not thinking about me, she really good without me. That's the power move. Now the second thing is this distance and silence. You don't have to announce it, you don't have to post a paragraph on social media, you don't have to send him a final goodbye message, just fall back. Let him feel your absence, because a man will never value your presence until he feels your absence. That's game right there, and here's the last step, the one that seals the deal. Upgrade without permission. You start glowing up. Take care of yourself, not for him, but for you. Get your hair done, work on your body, dress like every room you walk in belongs to you. Level up your spirit too. Peace, joy, confidence, that's the kind of glow no makeup can buy. And when that man sees you smiling, living, laughing without him, phew, he gon' be sick. He gon' be plotting, how do I get back in her life? Now don't get it twisted, this ain't about revenge. This is about reminding yourself of who you are. Because when you know your value, everybody else got no choice but to respect it. And if that man got sense, he'll come crawling back. If he don't, well then baby, he just cleared the space for somebody who won't need to lose you to appreciate you. So remember, fall back, glow up, and let him feel it. Trust me, that's how the game is played. Let me break this down for you real plain and real clear. Because this is one of those truths that can change the entire way you move. Self-worth is not something somebody else gives you. It's not a gift wrapped up in a relationship. It's not found in how many texts he sends or how many times he says, I love you. Self-worth is an inside job. It's the crown you put on your own head every morning before you step out the door. And the moment you start carrying yourself like you already know your value, the whole world, including that man, will have no choice but to notice. See, here's the thing. When you start chasing somebody, you send a message without even realizing it. You're saying, my happiness depends on you. My peace depends on you. My future depends on you. And that is the biggest mistake you can make. Because the moment somebody feels like they control your value, they stop treating you like treasure and start treating you like an option. And let me tell you, nothing is more unattractive to a man than a woman who don't recognize her own worth. You can be the most beautiful woman in the room, but if you act like you don't deserve respect, attention, and love, you will be overlooked every single time. Now flip it. Imagine what happens when you stop chasing. When you stop blowing up his phone, stop arguing, stop begging him to see what he's got right in front of him. That silence is powerful. That space you create, it forces him to sit with the reality that maybe, just maybe, he miscalculated. Because now he doesn't see you crying or chasing. He sees you glowing. And let me tell you, a woman who glows without a man is a dangerous force. That glow don't just come from makeup, new clothes, or a hairstyle. No, baby, that glow comes from peace. It comes from walking around knowing you can handle your business. It comes from knowing that your joy doesn't live in somebody else's hands. And when you start glowing like that, oh trust me, it shakes a man up. Because men are wired to want what looks untouchable. The moment you stop needing him, the moment you show him you're fine without him, that's the exact moment he starts realizing just how much he needs you. Let me paint the picture. He out there thinking you sitting at home waiting by the phone, sad and broken. But instead, he sees you smiling in pictures, living your life, focused on your goals. He sees your energy shift. You walk in a room and people turn their heads because your confidence fills the space before you even open your mouth. That's the glow I'm talking about, and that glow screams, I know my value. I don't need anybody to validate it. Now here's the magic. When a man feels your absence, he starts remembering your presence. All the little things he took for granted start hitting him like a ton of bricks. The way you laughed at his corny jokes. The way you encouraged him when he doubted himself. The way you made a house feel like home. See, men don't always appreciate those things in the moment, but the second they see you living without them, that's when the light bulb goes off. That's when he says, dang, I had gold in my hands and I treated it like dust. But listen carefully, this isn't about manipulation. It's not about playing games just to get him back. It's about standing so firm in your own worth that whether he comes back or not, you're still winning. Because here's the truth. When you stop chasing and start glowing, you don't just attract him. You attract better opportunities, better energy, better people. The world opens up to you because confidence is magnetic. Self-worth is the weapon that wins battles without you ever having to swing. You don't have to argue. You don't have to prove yourself. You don't have to beg. Your presence, your peace, your glow. They do the work for you. And if that man has any sense at all, he will feel that loss deeper than anything you could have said to him. He'll sit there wondering, why did I let her slip? How do I get back in her life? And if he doesn't, well, then he just made room for someone who won't need to lose you to see your value. So the real lesson is this. Stop giving discounts on what should be priceless. Stop begging people to see what you already know. When you hold your head high and keep glowing, everything that's meant for you will find you. And if that man wakes up and comes running back, it won't be because you chased, it'll be because yourself. Worth pulled him back like gravity. That right there is your superpower. Sometimes in life, the most powerful thing you can do is nothing at all. And I know that sounds backwards because when you love somebody when you're hurting, the natural reaction is to talk, to plead, to explain, to try and fix it. But let me give you a truth that can save you a whole lot of heartache. Sometimes the loudest message is no message. Silence and distance will speak volumes in ways your words never could. See, when you're constantly reaching out, blowing up his phone, sending long texts, writing essays on why he should treat you better, all you're doing is giving him comfort. You're giving him reassurance that no matter what, you're still there. And when somebody feels like you'll always be there, they stop listening. They stop paying attention. They stop valuing what you bring. It's like background noise. They tune it out, but the second you go quiet, the second you pull back and put some space between you and him, that silence hits different. That man will start hearing a new kind of echo in his life, because now the constant voice that was always encouraging him, always forgiving him, always explaining things to him, it's gone. And human nature kicks in. When something disappears, we suddenly realize how much it meant to us. That's the power of distance. It's not about playing games, it's about creating space for reflection. Because you can't force a man to see your value by talking him into it. You can't convince him with tears or with anger. He's got to feel it for himself, and that doesn't happen when you're standing right there making it easy for him. It happens when he goes looking for your energy, your presence, your love, and can't find it. Let me tell you what silence really does. It shifts the balance of power. When you stop chasing, stop explaining, stop showing up every time he calls, the control of the situation changes. Suddenly he's the one wondering, he's the one checking his phone, he's the one asking himself, why hasn't she reached out? Did she move on? Is she done with me? And that curiosity, that uncertainty, that's what sparks reflection. Men are wired to be hunters. The chase is built into their DNA. But when you're doing all the chasing, there's no challenge, no mystery, no reason for him to step up. The moment you step back, the moment you let silence do the talking, you put him back in that role of the hunter. And believe me, if he cares at all, he will come searching. Now, here's where a lot of people get it wrong. Silence isn't about sitting at home miserable, counting the days, hoping he calls. No, silence is about redirecting your energy. It's about taking all that time you would have spent writing paragraphs he'll never appreciate and pouring it into yourself. Go to the gym, call your girlfriends, take a trip. Read that book you've been putting off. The silence isn't just for him, it's for you. It's your chance to reset, to heal, to grow. Distance is powerful because it creates perspective. Think about it. You can't see the full beauty of a painting when your nose is pressed up against the canvas. You've got to take a few steps back to see the whole picture. Relationships are the same way. When you're too close, too wrapped up in emotions, neither of you can think straight. But with distance, clarity comes. He gets the space to realize, dang, she really did a lot for me. She really had my back. She really brought peace into my life. And you get the space to ask yourself if he even deserves another chance at your table. That's the gift of silence and distance. It works both ways. It gives him time to feel your absence, but it also gives you time to remember your own value. And if you use that space wisely, you'll come out stronger, glowing, unshakable. By the time he comes crawling back, you'll be in a position to decide if you even want him anymore. So remember this, your silence is not weakness, it's strength. Your distance is not punishment, it's power. You don't have to scream, you don't have to beg, you don't have to explain yourself 100 times. You let your absence do the talking. Because when somebody has taken you for granted, nothing wakes them up faster than realizing they can't just reach out and get you back whenever they want. And if that man truly values you, that silence will be deafening. It'll push him to reflect, to change, to come running back ready to do better. If he doesn't, then congratulations. You just cleared space in your life for someone who will. Either way, silence and distance will reveal the truth. So hold your peace. Step back, live your life, let him feel the quiet, because in that quiet, the truth speaks louder than any words ever could. Now let's get into the real power move. If you really want to flip the script and take control of the story, you've got to understand this principle: upgrade without permission. That means you don't sit around waiting for somebody to validate you, to clap for you, to approve your growth. You decide that you're going to level up physically, mentally, spiritually. And you do it because you deserve it. Not because you're trying to prove a point, not because you're trying to make him jealous, but because you owe it to yourself to step into the best version of who you are. Here's the thing, breakups, heartbreak, or even just being taken for granted can drain the life right out of you. It makes you question yourself. It makes you look in the mirror and wonder if you're enough. But that's the very moment where the upgrade becomes your weapon. Because nothing shakes a man harder than looking back and realizing the woman he thought he could play with just became untouchable. And when I say upgrade, I'm not talking just about new hair, new lashes, or a few cute pictures online. Though, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with slaying, but the real upgrade goes deeper. It starts on the inside. Mentally, you start protecting your peace. You stop arguing with people who don't deserve a response. You stop letting small-minded folks rent space in your head. You choose your battles carefully, and suddenly, you find yourself walking lighter, freer, stronger. That mental glow is real, and people can feel it when you walk into a room. Then there's the physical upgrade. Not because you need to get fine for him, but because health, strength, and beauty belong to you. Hit the gym, change your diet, take those long walks, drink your water, do what makes you feel good in your own skin, because when you look in the mirror and love what you see, your energy shifts. You carry yourself differently. Your posture changes, your confidence radiates before you even open your mouth. That's a glow no man can ignore. But the biggest upgrade, that's the spiritual one. See, you can dress up the outside all you want, but if your soul is empty, you'll still feel lost. When you connect with God, when you ground yourself in faith, when you start feeding your spirit with prayer, wisdom, and gratitude, that's when your entire being changes. That's the kind of upgrade that no one can touch. It's not just a look, it's a presence. People feel it when they're around you. They see the peace in your smile, the joy in your eyes, and the strength in the way you carry yourself. Now here's the funny part. While you're over here working on you, focused on your glow, up, living your best life, he's watching. Maybe not directly, but trust me, men always circle back to see what's going on. And nothing makes a man spin the block faster than seeing you thriving without him. He expected you to be crying, begging, stuck in place. Instead, you're shining, you're elevating, you're walking in rooms like you own them. That shakes his ego, because now he's faced with the reality that not only did you survive without him, you leveled up because of it. But here's the part you've got to remember. The upgrade is not for him. Don't ever lose sight of that. If you make it about him, then you've already given him too much power. The upgrade is for you. It's about you stepping into the woman you were always meant to be. It's about realizing that heartbreak was never the end. It was the push you needed to rise. And once you rise, you realize you didn't lose anything. You gained everything. See, the woman who upgrades without permission doesn't just attract one man back. She attracts attention from everywhere. Opportunities show up, friendships deepen, doors open, because confidence, peace, and joy are magnetic. People want to be around someone who glows from the inside out, and when that man does spin the block, and let's be real, most of them do, you'll be in a whole new position. You won't be desperate, you won't be begging, you won't even be pressed. You'll be the one with the power to decide, do I even want him back? Does he deserve to sit at my table again? That's the beauty of the upgrade. It puts you back in control. So here's the takeaway. Don't wait for anybody's approval to become who you're meant to be. Don't sit in pain longer than you need to. Use it as fuel. Upgrade your mind, upgrade your body, upgrade your spirit. Shine so bright that even your past regrets need sunglasses to look at you. And remember this, your glow is your revenge, your peace is your power, and your upgrade is the proof that you don't just survive heartbreak. You rise higher because of it.